The Terrible Day. One day, Death Joe woke up. He felt very killy, so he threw his sister out of the window. "I still feel killy," Death Joe said. Next, Death Joe got an old dollhouse that his great-grandfather made. It had been in his family for a long time. What he did was much worse. Death Joe locked his parents in a wooden closet. He lit the dollhouse on fire. Then, he placed the dollhouse on top of the closet. The closet caught on fire, then the whole house. As the house burned, the police and firefighters came. Though Death Joe had more torturing plans, he didn't want the firefighters to put out the fire, so he pooped on the firemen and peed on the policemen. Pooperitist means you poop for your whole life, and peeritist means you pee for your whole life. The firemen and policemen didn't want the disease, so they left the house on fire. 2 days later, the town of Beltsville was destroyed. No one lived.
Die. Die. Die.
Soon, Death Joe left his town and borrowed an airplane while murdering. He flew all the way to Antarctica. He was going to meet two of the greatest killers. Soon, he entered a protected cuculate that was made out of invisible poop. Then, he met two of the best killers, Anna and Elsa. They all decided their Polish plan, which is a plan that involves poop. They decided that Elsa would use a very powerful and difficult spell, the Panio spell. Elsa was a Zaringo. That meant that she had magical poop powers. They soon used the Polish spell that creates a hoverboard out of poop. Then, Death Joe, Elsa, and Anna flew to New York to make people miserable. They then used the Polish plan to turn everything into poop or pee, except people, sadly. The oxygen was now pee. So, everyone in New York died. Then, all of a sudden, Death Joe felt very
killy.
Death Joe asked Elsa for a sword. He lied to Elsa that he wanted to kill people with it. Death Joe killed Elsa and said,
"Sorry, I want to be the only shabab."
Death Joe killed Elsa. Then Anna. Death Joe continued his career of being a shabab. He had an even worse plan next. Though, someone was trying to defeat him. But who?
You know who.
Now, the person we are forced to worship, Death Joe, will have an interview about what he thinks about this.
I am so scared, LOL.
Okay class. Open your most boring thing you will read book and turn to page.
Death Joe.
Yay. Now I can play games and escape school.
No. I'm here for Grandma Spank Letty. Ha ha ha.
Time for your fate, Death Joe.
Before the fight.
Now Dithy. Let's talk this out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you.
After the fight. So, the moral of the story is if you ever hear scratching on your window, it might be
Death Joe.